Summer is here, and I am gonna go solo camping, at least for a couple of days. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about tips for solo camping, what you should probably do before you even hit the road. Check it out. Summer in Alberta is like so short. It's gone. So when it's as beautiful as it has been, I'm gonna go out. I have some friends coming out a little bit later, but I'm gonna go out early. So I wanted to do a little short video on the things that you might want to consider before you even leave. Okay. So number one, share your plan. Tell someone where you're going. Better yet, send them a pin. Make sure that they have the ability to get to you as well. If you're going overlanding and you're going to be really off grid, make sure that someone knows where you are. You don't want to have a 127-hour situation. Don't just give them a rough idea, oh, I'm going to be in the mountains. No, send them an actual location so they know where to find you if the worst happens. Especially if your spot that you're going doesn't have service, and a lot of the great Crownland camping spots don't. So please make sure that someone knows where you are. That easy. That's number one. All right, number two is picking a spot. If you've never been camping before, don't go alone the first time. Go with someone who knows what they're doing. But if it's your first time going solo, make sure that you understand all the things you're going to have to be doing. And when you're picking a spot, in my opinion, it's best to go somewhere that you've been before with other people and that you kind of know the terrain. And also that you're not going to be so far from home or from help. That means going off into the bush, 10K walking into the bush, probably not the best idea for your first solo camping trip. You're an experienced camper, go nuts, fill your boots. But don't do it your first time. Number three, gear. Pack for the weather. The weather here in Alberta is so unpredictable, and it's like that everywhere. There's been times where we thought, oh, it's gonna be beautiful the whole time, and it rained, or May long weekend when it snowed. It wasn't fun. So pack for all weather. Rain in particular, and I'm gonna say this. Are you listening? Hello, are you listening? Tarps. Tarps are amazing things. Tarps. Just bring a tarp, or bring two, or bring three, because you never know if you have to tarp off around your whole fire. Also on gear, proper footwear. Don't chainsaw in sandals. You know who you are. So please, proper footwear. Don't wear flip-flops up the mountain. You know who you are. I'm playing. But just make sure that you are properly prepared, okay? 4, protect yourself. I'm not necessarily meaning against other people. I'm meaning against those four-legged, fuzzy, angry beasts that there's been 3 bear attacks in this province already this year. You can get all the information on how to protect yourselves from bears on the Alberta website. I'll link it down below. Some of the ones that we've always done, bear bangers. I always have a big fire. I play loud music. You make lots and lots of noise. I also protect myself. Always got a knife. It's just always a good idea. Always have a knife. My knife has a cool little whistle as well. It is a super cheap knife, but it does the trick. We also have this really rad kind of motion light. Our motion light is solar powered. We got it from Princess Auto, again, one of my favorite stores. And it's a motion light that has a little solar panel, so I can put it up wherever. So if there's movement in my cab and I'm sleeping, I'll know because the light will turn on. It's pretty cool. Also, when you're going out just like to the bathroom in the middle of the night, put on your headlamp, because that light will distract any animals, and well, you might not get eaten by a bear, but you might get sprayed by a skunk if you don't have it. So think. And lastly on my protection list, first aid kit. If you don't have one of these in your vehicle, get one! It's not hard, get one! Bug repellent is a big thing. Someone was asking the other day, what kind of bug repellent should I use? You're gonna wanna use anything when you're in the bush, anything with DEET. Is DEET good for you? No, absolutely not. But the thermocells also work really well. Just a caution, do not use them in a vehicle, in an enclosed space. And sunblock. Yeah, sunblock is great. Number 5 on our list, worst case scenario. Plan for the worst case scenario, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Have an exit strategy. If things really go bad, I'm gonna pack everything up, no problem. For instance, I always bring dry firewood, not a lot of it, but I always bring dry firewood just in case I can't find any decent firewood in my campsite at all. I always bring extra food just in case something happens to the food that I have. And one last thing, I would say a communication device, a radio, a CB radio, or a UHF or something like that. Hopefully you could get to some place where your cell phone would work. And if none of those sound appealing, I know you can get personal location devices, little GPS things that you just leave on you at all times. I don't actually even have one of those, but I would love one. And number 6, my final one, bring a book. Usually you have the company of other people while you're there, and you can sit around the fire and chit chat and that kind of stuff. But you're gonna need something to fill your time. A lot of it's going to be doing the work of camping, but you're going to have those moments in which you're alone. So bring something to fill your time. Bring a book. I'm bringing a sketchbook, a book. I'm bringing my tablet with movies on it. Of course, I'll have my phone. So there's always lots of stuff to fill my time with. I don't mind my own company, so I'm used to that. But you might not be, and it's something that you might not ever consider. All right, let's run through our list one more time. Number 1, share your plans. Tell someone where you're going to go. It could save your life, or your limb, or something like that. Number 2, pick a spot. Pick a spot that you've been to before, that's not too far away from home. Number 3, gear. Make sure you're packing the right gear. You know it. Number 4, protect yourself. Make sure that you've got something that can scare away deadly wildlife or stinky wildlife. And also that you are able to patch yourself up if you get hurt. Number 5, worst case scenario, always hope for the best, plan for the absolute worst. And number 6, bring a book. Something to keep your mind busy when you're solo camping. All right, that is all that I have for you today. My list was very short, but this was just stuff that you might want to consider before you go out, before you leave for your trip. I didn't find anything online that had a list like this, especially in a video form, so that's why I've decided to make one. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you have things that I've left out, which I'm sure I have because I kind of just created the list off the top of my head of things that I know that I'm doing before I leave. Just leave a comment down below about things that I might want to consider for going out solo camping. All right, wish me luck on my adventure. We'll see you next week and let you know how it went. Hopefully I make it out. All right, bye.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting